Now we're going to show you what most people would consider the most common situation, and that is when you're digitizing existing countertops. What we're going to do is we're going to scribe this, because the customer in this particular case does not want splashes, and we're going to scribe the back wall, lower the laser, shoot the cabinet faces, fill it in, check some dimensions, and at that point, after we shoot a center point, at that point most people would be satisfied with that. Perhaps their CAD guy would then finish up the files at the shop. But for those who like to finish it on the job site, at that point we're going to show you how to overhang, radius, drop the sink in from a file, and all those features so you can have a completed file. Okay, we're going to start off with hitting 2 points on the full height cabinet here. Now the second one I'm going to put right in the corner, and I'm going to continue out about every stud. You don't need to go a lot more frequent than that unless you had like bricks on the wall or something really funky like that. Now notice I'm stopping about 2 or 3 inches out of the corner, and now I'm going to put one right in the corner. Now what that does is it allows me not to have a reflection in the corner, and it makes up for the drywall mud that usually tapers into the corner. Now later we're going to come by here and put a little center point for our sink, which is going to be based off of the center of the window. But I'm just moving along here about every stud width. This customer has chalkboard. You can probably see that on the video here, which is interesting. It's we thought it would be a big problem with the color because it's dark, but it's not. It seems to be working fine. That's about as dark as you could possibly imagine. We've got the previous countertop is black Galaxy. The cabinets are almost black, and we got black walls. So I don't think we have any issues with that. Okay, now because I'm going around the corner, I'm going to start a new line and hit these 2 pin targets that I put on the side of the stove. Now we're also going to show you later how to just offset that over here so that you don't have to just hit 2 more targets. But for now we're going to show you with all 4 targets on there. You don't have to go in any specific order, just start a new line every time you go to a new wall. If you don't start a new line, you're going to get a little drag over line, and you can always erase that. It's not a big thing. Okay, now we've done everything on this higher plane. Now I'm going to lower the laser down and shoot right between the door and the existing top. This might be hard for the camera to pick up, but I think we'll be okay. So again, because it's cabinet bases, all I need is 2 points on each one to get that straight line. And 2 more over on this side. Start a new line. Come around this corner. Now if I come way down here, that dishwasher doesn't have any piece on it, so I'm just going to go all the way down here. That's a good straight line. It's about 5 feet long. That will extend out perfectly. I start another line and hit my last 2 points on this over here. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is hit a sink center point, so I'm going to change my mode to cross. Cross allows me to shoot 1 point with a little cross, and what we're going to do here is raise this up, and I'm going to put it right in the middle of the window. Okay, now we're going to rotate the drawing, and we're going to fill it into corners. Now if you're already in quick action, you'll see up here there's a sharp fillet. Touch here, there, there, there. It's a very simple process, just all the way around. Here's one of those points where we forgot to start a new line. So I'm just going to simply erase that little line there and sharp fillet it in. Now is when you would check your dimensions. Now, if I hit the normal dimension button, you're going to see every point measured around there. But instead, we have this new feature called Draw, Add Dimension. If I touch any 2 points, and then I can tap away from there, it'll give me that dimension outside the edge. So here is an example of 2 dimensions that I would check with a tape measure. If everything's good, I can continue. Okay, now that I checked my dimensions and everything's good, I'm going to undo those 2 dimensions so they're not in my way for now. The next thing I'm going to do is draw a line. Notice where here it says down, about 25 inches. Okay, so I'm going to touch it on that cross there. That will be my sink center point. Okay, I can use that to put my sink in. And now I'm going to do my offsets of 1.5 inches on this wall, this one, that one. Now I shot the targets over here, so that one doesn't need to be offset. Okay, now according to the worksheet here, we have 1 inch radiuses except for these 2 corners here. So I'm going to put a 1 inch radius on these 2 inside corners here. And this outside corner here. That's the only 3 radiuses necessary here. Everything else will be a sharp fillet, which I do this way. Okay, now you can leave in the cabinet base lines, or you can change colors, or at this point I'll just leave them like they are and you can change any color you want later. So what we're going to do now is drop in our sink, and I happen to have a 16 by 28 sink here, so I say okay, the sink comes up and I touch it on that cross and there it is. Now it's flush with the cabinet base, so I have to offset this. I'm going to offset it 2 inches here. So I touch in the sink and it says, would you like to move the whole drop in? Yes, I would. And you hit above there, and now my sink's in the proper place. Now I could shoot 3 points on that faucet and give the person a center point, but we also have a center line here so he knows what to do. Okay, at this point we're going to continue on with another island that the customer wants to do another material. So let's do that next. Okay, you saw us do the U shape here, and the customer wants us to do this exactly the same as it was, but they think they might want to put a different material on the island bar. So you can see on the program we're going to use a separate page for this so we can estimate it separately with different costs. Now because we're shooting the existing top, we can simply put, I put 5 targets up here, 2 for this straight edge. We'll use the wall for those and have a 3-point arc there which will mimic that arc exactly like it is. We could run a target along every couple inches, but you'd want to have a smooth arc whenever possible, so 3 points is the best way to do that. And we're going to show you how we can fill it in with a small 1 inch radius on all 4 corners. Okay, so because this is another piece, another price, another part of the estimate, what we're going to do is we're going to start a new page for this. So I simply hit new page and it comes a blank screen, okay, and I'm going to start a new line. Adjust my height here so I can see everything. Good. Okay, I'm going to do start new line. I hit a point here, one over here, start another new line, and around here, there. Now I have to switch to arc mode, so I'm going to change the laser mode to arc, which requires 3 points. There's 1, 2, and 3. Now I'm going to switch back to line mode for this last line and start a new line. And I hit 2 points there. We decided not to scribe this wall because we wanted to be able to slide in straight, and the wall's fairly straight. Okay, here now we would now rotate this, and again I'm going to finish it up by filleting into corners. First we're going to sharp fillet. If you're in quick action, that would be the top one in my case here. And we want a 1 inch radius everywhere. Very simple, just touch them again. And now we can radius to an arc, which is nice. And the top is done. No drop-ins. If there was a cooktop here, we could drop it in, but essentially this is done on page 2.